Dr. Sella here, and I can't overemphasize the importance when you have to check from dive to crush, because the bottom line is there's two situations where you have to do it, but they both have the same thing in common. Anytime you run zone dive and you have to block number one, which is the first defender from a 4-eye out, if you have to block that player, it turns into crush, because if you automatically block number one, you have to read number two, because if number two folds in, he's going to tackle your B back. Now, that doesn't happen ever in college, but in high school, it sure can. I mean, at college, it could happen, but they're smart enough to prevent that. So, crush, there's two situations, but it comes down to the same basic principle. If you automatically block number one, it turns into crush. And that's that. Okay, so if you get a 4-eye, the tackle's got to make a 4-eye call. Now, you can also have him make a crush call so that everybody knows we're running this a play wider and now we're running crush. So if he gets a 4-eye and he says 4-eye, crush, that lets everybody know what's going on. So here's what's going to happen. He's going to block down on the 4-eye with his left knee, left forearm, 4-inch northbound steps. You're going to get the guard blocking down on the 0, so the guard is going to block down left knee, left hand, 4-inch northbound steps. The center's going to post the 0. He's going to have tight hands, nose in the V of his neck after he gets 2 steps in the ground, slams his hands through the 0. The backside guard is going to scoop to engage, right knee, right hand, 4-inch northbound steps. The tackle sprints through the guard. Backside receiver sprints through the goalpost. A 4-eye call tells the guard, the A-back, he's wedging with the guard. So he's going to wedge with the guard because you got to fill this void in case there's a run through. And he'll end up blocking first level, the second level, the third level. The receiver, now remember, on crush, his role is to block down. So if there was a 7 technique or a 5 technique, he would block down. In this case, there's not, so he'll end up on the nearest inside linebacker. Left knee, left hand, 4-inch northbound steps. The A-back, right before the cadence is down, ready, set, hot. Right before the S is set, hot, he's going to hammer step, take 2 135-degree steps. He's going to turn up and get his left knee through the crotch of the corner. He's got to move. The quarterback's going to take the snap. He's going to jump in the place at A-gap and point the ball. The B-back is going to sprint through the ball. He's going to sprint through the play side hip of the receiver and sprint through the end zone. If number 2 takes the B-back, and like I said, it really doesn't happen in college because they're not foolish enough to do it, but they're ready just in case. The quarterback will pull it, he'll go. He'll go outside the A-back's block and go. The backside A-back's block and go. So you got to practice this. I would spend a third of my time, my third of my zone dive time going through this. Now, if you get an eagle defense, so let's say number 1 is off the ball, the receiver's got to make a crush call to let the offense know, hey, I'm blocking number 1, so we're running crush here. So what's going to happen is he's going to get his left knee through his crotch, left hand to the stomach, 4-inch northbound steps. The triple team occurs on the guard in this case, so the guard posts the 3, tackles left knee, left hand, 4-inch northbound steps. Center will scoop to engage. Right knee, right hand, 4-inch northbound steps. Guard sprints through the center, tackle sprints through the guard, backside receiver sprints through the goalpost. The A-back wedges with the tackle. He'll block from the first level to the second level to the third level. He'll 2-hand slam whoever shows. A-back is going to hammer step, take 2 diagonal steps, turn up, and he'll block the corner, getting his left knee through his crotch, left hand to the stomach, 4-inch northbound steps. Quarterback's going to take the snap, jump in the play side A-gap, point the ball. The B is going to sprint through the ball, sprint through the play side hip of the receiver, sprint through the end zone. 2 takes the B back, quarterback will replace him and score. He'll get outside of the A-back's block and score. That I would spend a third of my time practicing zone dive against an eagle defense because it checks the crush. You're going to have to spend time on it. Listen, zone dive and crush is a massive part of Army and Air Force's offense right now. A massive part of why they won 19 games last year. It's their number 1 play. So you have to practice the situations. So anytime you block number 1 on zone dive automatically at the snap, you have to check the crush and run it 1 hole wider. Because you have to read number 2 because if number 2 folds in and takes the B back, you can't account for him. So you have to be able to do that. You got to practice the situation. So when you practice zone dive, you got to spend a third of your time running regular zone dive, a third of your time against a 4-eye, and a third of your time against an Eagle defense. You have to spend the time doing it. Don't do goofy, stupid drills in practice. Practice situational football. You hear Coach Belichick talk about situational football. Well, it's no joke. Instead of doing goofy drills on a sled and in the chutes, practice this stuff. So that's what's going to get you farther ahead in 2022. And yesterday I completed my first Triple Option Football Academy camp, day 1 of camp. We do day 2 today. Now, you want to win more games in 2022, get on the phone and call me right now. My number's on the thumbnail of this video. So is my website. I'll help you win more games in 2022 faster than anybody else. You can guarantee it. Talk soon.